I don't think so.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Noel. Welcome to this. What's going on, you guys? My name is Noel, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk about whatever it is that I want to talk about. And you already know what we're talking about. You see the title. So let's just get into it. If you would like to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram somewhere on the screen. Or you can follow me on Twitter somewhere else on the screen. Alright, and yeah. Before I start this video, once again, this is just a TV show. This is not serious. I'm talking about the people on this show as they were edited by the production team and production company. I am not talking about them as people. I do not know them as people. They have moved on. This show has been off the air since 2017. It's not that deep. I have no personal vendettas or issues against these people in real life. I'm just talking about the TV show. So, it's what it is. With that being said, let's just get into the video, I guess. Alright, so clearly we're talking about Bad Girls Club Season 12. I just watched the whole thing. Also, if you have Tubi is a free streaming service. They're not sponsoring this video, but Bad Girls Club is on there, so you can watch it for free on there. All you need is the email. Yes, so I watched Bad Girls Club Season 12, the Chicago season. It is a very average season. It's very average. Like, there's nothing special about it. There's nothing that really brings it home. Obviously, the drama and the altercations are entertaining to some, not me. I don't really watch the show for that anymore. I really just watch it for content at this point. Yes, but as far as the drama of this season was very petty, and obviously every season is petty because it's the Bad Girls Club, but it's pettier than usual. They were arguing about, why are you walking in front of the group in the club first? Why did you change your name? Why did you say that somebody's on the phone instead of saying that Red's on the phone? It was very petty things. But obviously, 7 people living in a house together, they don't know each other, so obviously petty things are going to ensue. But season 12 was just very, very petty. A lot of the drama within the girls did not have substance. But I think that was balanced out by the life coach, because as you guys know, Bad Girls Club Season 11, which I've already talked about, you can click here if you want to watch that review. Bad Girls Club Season 11 was so terrible, because it was literally 5 girls attacking one person, so it was awful. So clearly I think that Season 12 they wanted to shift away from that, so they brought in a life coach / therapist. I don't even know if she's a real life coach, because some of the girls say that she's not licensed. I don't know. Allegedly. While the season had some very petty moments, I think the life coach stuff and them working to be better people and mending their relationships was actually very good, and it was a very nice buffer. And I think that this cast had a lot of personalities, and I think the editors and the producers did a very good job of showing everybody's backstory, learning about people's families, their past traumas, what family issues they want to work on, their life. I feel I learned a lot about every single person on the show, with the exception of Lindsay Jade, who has, if you don't know, she passed away a few years ago, so RIP to her. I will not be speaking negatively about her on this video, just out of respect for her family and not speaking ill of the dead, so I won't do that. That's pretty much my overall general idea or feeling towards the season. I will say one thing, Jada on the season, who was in every single altercation with the exception of one. It just got kind of tiring watching all these people, they weren't jumping her, but all these people wanted to fight her over and over again. And multiple people on the cast have said on the show that Jada was disrespectful, but we never see footage of her going out of her way to disrespect the others. Not saying that it didn't happen, because obviously Bad Girls Club, they take an entire week of 7 people living in a house and they condense it into 43 minutes. So obviously you can't show everything that happens within an entire 7 days in the span of 43 minutes. From what we saw in the footage, Jada would be minding her business. Or, nah, I won't say that. I mean, she would stand up for herself, but Jada wasn't, I don't think out of all the altercations, with the exception of the first one where Jada got into it with Lindsay, Jada never hit anybody first. She was always attacked first. So it was they kept saying that Asia is disrespectful and Jada's disrespectful, but we never see clips or footage of them actively harassing and being, disrespectful to the other cast members. So for me as a viewer, it was confusing watching them hate her so much, because we didn't see her bothering them. We just saw I guess the aftermath. Not saying that it didn't happen, but
I'll do the best I can, but when I
so now I'm gonna go talk about each of the girls one by one. Usually I rank this by like ones I dislike to the ones I like, but like with the exception of like 2 people, I didn't dislike anybody on the season. I'm just very indifferent to most of the cast members. Like they didn't leave a lasting impression. Like there was nobody on the stream where I was like, I wasn't angered. So yes. And honestly, when I watched season 12 the first time as like a teenager, I really loved the season, but now watching it as an adult, I'm like, it isn't as entertaining as usual. Before I get into the girls, before I forget, here are all the rankings that I gave to all the episodes. I rank all the episodes out of 10, so...
All of these? Come on. See all of these?
Mama, are you okay? Junior, help me!
Alright, first person is Alex. So Alex is the model. She's the one who's like vehemently against physical violence, which is okay. We support that. Everybody's not a fighter. Just because you go on reality TV does not mean that you have to fight. Hello? Yes. Alex I don't think this was a show for her, and she admitted it at the reunion that this was probably not the show that she was supposed to be on. Not that she was uninteresting, it was just like she wasn't assertive. Like the girls would just talk to her poorly, they would curse her out, and she would never defend herself, which is understandable because everybody does not deal with conflict in the same way. Like some people, like if you have multiple people yelling at you all at once, it is very easy to just shut down and like not say anything. You know, and maybe that's just how she reacts to conflict. But like, it was kind of hard watching like somebody constantly be disrespected and they not like stand up for themselves. Not saying that she had to fight or physically fight, but like you can verbally stand up for yourself. You can say, hey, I don't appreciate how you're talking to me, or hey, I don't like that. Don't speak to me that way. But she kind of just took it, which is just hard. With that also being said, Alex, she did flip-flop on Jada, especially about Jada's name, which I thought was really petty. Just because Jada, she didn't tell the girls, but like Jada mentioned that like the man who raised her, who she thought was her father, I guess when she like started hitting puberty, he was like very inappropriate towards her and he betrayed her trust. That's all she said on the show. And that is why she changed her name. Obviously, she is not required to tell the girls who dislike her, like her past trauma and why she changed her name. Like they're not entitled to that information. But like, if someone says, hey, I don't want to be called this name, how hard is it to like not call them this name? And I thought for Alex to turn on Jada in that moment and like, oh, if you've been lying about your name, what else are you lying about? It's kind of like people have their own reasons for like omitting it. Also, like the majority of the people on this show, on this whole cast, had nicknames. Like Red's real name was Alyssa. They called Lauren Low. They called Jonica Blue. They called Brittany Britt. Like they called Alex Slim. Like they all had nicknames. So like I don't understand why it's so serious that Jada changed her name. Obviously they're sequestered in a house and they're not allowed to have like access to like limited access to like the internet and like music and stuff, so obviously they're gonna be bored about things, but like it was a very petty thing. And I think Alex throughout the season several times she switched on Jada, and it seemed from the outside watching that Alice was willing to turn on Jada if it meant that she would be in the good graces of like Lauren and Blue and Britt and Red, which is sad. But honestly, Jada, Slim, and Asia all turned on each other at some point, so like it was kind of hard to say that there was like 3 against 4 because the 3 people, they all hung out because the rest of the girls didn't really like them. And then they would turn each other at different points. So it's just kind of like, so, you know? Like Lauren called it out at the reunion, there should not be that much tension on you guys' couch. Like if y'all are friends, y'all should have hashed out all your differences before y'all got here. And that was a very accurate statement. But I don't dislike Alex. I just think that she didn't belong in the Bad Girls Club. I think she belonged in like maybe Big Brother, Survivor, America's Next Top Model. Like she belonged on one of those shows. I don't think the Bad Girls Club was like a good thing for her.
Sorry, new girl, but nobody hit your buzzer.
Next we have Asia. Once again, I don't have that many thoughts about Asia. She was cool, she was nice, she was sweet. Like Alex, similar to Alex, she constantly let the other girls like run over her, talk down to her, talk badly about her, and she didn't really defend herself, which is kind of like, annoying. But that's how she handles conflict. I will say her love triangle with Blue was a nice change of drama. Like I feel like how many times have we seen like these 2 girls don't like each other and they keep fighting over and over. Like I think that was a very good storyline. It was something new, it was something fresh, it was something new. I will say as far as her love triangle with Jonica and Diamond, I think Asia should not have spoken to Diamond. And I think the other girls are right, like, Asia play a role. Like, Blue has made it clear, like, yes, Blue is cuddling with Asia, yes, Blue is kissing on Asia, yes, she's flirting with Asia, but like, Blue has made it known to the house that after she leaves the house, she's going to go be with Diamond. And Asia has a whole boyfriend. So it's just weird to me that like when Diamond would come over, Asia would like talk to her and like be nice to her. And then the moment she leaves, you hop in the bed with her partner or prospective partner, possible partner. Like, it was icky, but I do think once again, like, the girls didn't have a real reason to dislike Asia. Like, okay, she told Jaden that the girls think that she's the next to go. But the thing is, like, Asia never said a name. She never said, Lauren said that you're going home next, Jaden. She just said that the girls said. So, like, I feel like by Lauren getting upset by Asia, you're kind of, like, telling on yourself in a way and, like, admitting that you were the one who said the comment. So, like, but yeah, that's Asia. That's how I feel about Asia. She's cool. I'm indifferent.
What I'm saying, we can bring it on down. I have to bring it on down.
Next, we have Lo. I don't dislike Lo. I think she's a very beautiful, she's very gorgeous. I think she came off a little bit as a mean girl and very overly angry. I'm not gonna say angry because, you know, stereotypes about black women and being angry. She was just very you know, it was a lot of I just think she had a lot of mean girl moments, like telling Alex that if this is who she is or this is the real her, that kind of sucks. I feel like telling someone that if this is your real personality, then you suck as a person. And I mean, it was just mean. And I think her cursing out Alex for like saying that like nobody liked her from off the bat, like that was just a lot. And obviously like Lauren apologized and was like, hey, I was dealing with things with like my family and I took that out on you, which is good. But like, she had a lot of Mean Girls things, like a lot of Mean Girl moments. Like, she came off as a mean girl, like she was very mean. But Lo, I don't dislike Lo, I just think that she had like a temper. She admitted on the show that like when she was talking to Laura, she realized like a lot of the things that she was doing were dumb. I'm indifferent. What can I say? I'm indifferent.
She ain't talking about that. See, that's what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about. She ain't talking about that.
So the next person we have is Jonica, aka Blue. She was cool. I mean, she was cool, she was funny here and there, she had her love triangle, she was very charming, very charismatic. I enjoyed Blue. I do think, I don't really have much. She was pretty neutral. I do think, I don't know, I didn't understand why she was so angry at the reunion. Well, I guess she was really mad about Slim. And I mean, Slim did say that she feels that Blue dumbs herself down to hang out with the other girls. That is a mean statement. With that being said, there were some moments when Blue said things where I was like, come on now. Like when she said, what is a Barcelona? You guys are going on a trip to Barcelona, so like, context clues, it's a place. That was like the one time I was just like, And then that whole comment when she was talking about Slim's friend who was like a boy, but he's feminine, and she called him a burl, which I'm just like, girl, you're bisexual, you're in the community. Like, that was really dumb to me. That was a really dumb thing to say, but not saying that she is dumb, but I thought those statements were very kind of like stupid. Like, come on now. Like, what are you talking about? Do you really honestly want us to believe that you don't know what you're talking about? I enjoyed her. She was charismatic. I think it's funny that Laura the life coach made her, I guess, the house spy. Like, it was her purpose to like help the other girls and like try to resolve issues. Although not saying that like Blue was responsible for like Lo/Lauren's actions, but it would have been nice if like one of Lauren's friends was like, hey, maybe you should stop fighting Jada because you guys have fought like 3 times. Maybe it's time to chill out, you know? But I mean, that's not her fault. But I think Blue was cool. She was cool. Yeah. She was very much the voice of reason, and we needed her. We needed the voice of reason. You know, everybody can't be crazy 24/7.
Well, excuse me. Oop.
Next, we have I Want to Lay With You. We have Red, we have Alyssa, and I like Red. Red's one of my favorites of the season. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy in Bad Girls Club when we use the word bullying because these are adults over the age of 21. For the purposes of, we'll say harassment. It is harassment. You know, if someone says they don't want you in their room and they don't want you to lay with them and you they walk away and you keep following them and bothering them and pestering them and like torturing them, that is harassment. Red did a lot of problematic things. And she really didn't need to fight Jada 2 times. Like, she really had no reason to put her hands on Jada, but I enjoyed Red because she's funny and she's charismatic. And like, let's be honest, when you think of Bad Girls Club season 12, who do you immediately think about? You think of Red and Jada. Maybe Lo to an extent, and maybe Delilah for that one episode, but like Red and Jada were the stars of season 12. And I think it's clear by that, the fact that they were asked to come back for season 13 directly after filming season 12. So like, she was just funny. She was charismatic, she was problematic, but she's a good time. And I've watched some of the videos on her YouTube channel. She and her girlfriend seem super happy. They seem very positive. They seem like a fun person to be around. So like, I enjoyed Red. I thought Red was fun, even though she was problematic and she did harass Jada. And I did think it was kind of messed up the way she would just dog out like Alex and Asia and Jada. And I think from watching this season, I think that like the girls on season 12, they respect people who stick up for themselves. And if you don't stick up for yourself, they're gonna keep walking over you until you do. So like, I don't think it was a matter of they didn't like. I do think they did not like Jada and Slim and Asia at different points. But I think the fact that Slim and Asia were so passive and they didn't stand up for themselves, it was kind of like, okay, well, you guys, you're not gonna stand up for yourself, so we're just gonna keep walking over you and talking bad about you. And I think that was really messed up. And I will say, when Asia was like, pop me now, and Red was like, my stomach hurts.
And if people say, Monica, how can you laugh at that? Because damn it, it's funny.
A little embarrassing, but funny. But I enjoy Red. I enjoy Red. She's a good time. And she's one of the faves of the season. And it makes sense because she was the show. She had a huge personality. She was the show, so.
Oh my God. Is this who we are? Is this what we represent?
Next, we have Britt. I know a lot of people don't like Britt, and I understand why. I feel like out of all the girls on season 12, Britt probably had the worst edit. Like, I think they made her look super like hater, like super hater. Like, she kept talking about wanting to fight Jada. And she kept talking about wanting to lay somebody out and wanting to be tried. And I think it's a similar thing like I said with like Hanan and Susu from season 15. It's like there's girls who walk on the Bad Girls Club and they expect like people to be bullying them and jumping them and wanting to fight all the time. And then when they get there and they're cool with everybody, they're kind of like disappointed because they want that experience, you know? And at this point, Bad Girls Club, this is the 12th season, so like girls know what to expect. So like, they want to live up to the expectation. I definitely think that like I'd say after season 10, I feel like girls came on wanting to like prove themselves. I think that became very apparent once you got to like season 14 and onwards, you know what I mean? I don't dislike Britt. I still to this day do not understand why she did not like Jada. From what I got, it's like Jada's fake and like she changes her voice and she talks different around people. I don't really see that. I feel like Jada had her New York accent throughout the entire season, so I didn't really see that change. And I think the fact that her and Red couldn't give a clear answer at the reunion as to why they don't like Jada just showed how petty it is. Like, Red literally said, I don't even remember why I stopped liking her, you know? And I mean, and to Britt's defense, Britt said, can't you just dislike someone? And you absolutely can. You can absolutely just dislike somebody. I don't think the issue is Britt not liking Jada, because Britt can dislike whoever she wants. I just think it was the fact that she had such an anger, like I need to fight Jada. I'm going to beat Jada up when I leave. I'm going to fight her before I leave here. It was just like she had a mission that she was going to beat up Jada. And I think it's really just because, in my opinion, because Britt kept talking about all the fights that Jada got into were all like hair pulling and catty and yeah. And I think the fact is just like, I'm guessing from my interpretation, I interpret it as Britt didn't feel like Red and Lauren did enough damage to Jada. Like, I think like Britt felt like Jada was like getting off easy, like she really wasn't getting beat up the way that Britt wanted her to be beaten up. So I guess Britt just really wanted to prove that like, Jada, you're not as tough as you think you are. But to that, it still doesn't make sense. Like, it's just a lot of anger and extreme dislike for somebody without a clear reason. I think Tanisha really got in on her on the reunion, calling her a follower. And I wouldn't say Britt was a follower because she seemed very strong-minded. I just think Britt didn't like Jada and everybody else didn't like Jada. So it is what it is. So next is Raisha. I'm gonna keep it very short. I'm indifferent. I think Raisha is beautiful. She's a very sweet girl. I feel bad for her once again. I really hate when like Bad Girls Club, they bring in like a new girl the last 5 days, because it's just like, there's no way to have an authentic experience. And like, I don't know, it's just not a good thing. Like, you either come in like Raisha, where you're cool with everybody and like nothing really happens, or you come in like Haley, where like everybody hates you and they just beat you up for an entire week, you know? Neither one is really valid, and I think that's kind of messed up. I just feel like to have somebody come in the last 5 days of Bad Girls Club, that kind of just robs them of the experience. It's just like, at this point, like, keep the cast members that you have. If there's no content, like, end the season early. But like, bringing in someone the last week, it's just kind of like robbing them of the experience. Like, just, they could have saved Raisha for like season 14, you know? They didn't have to bring her in the end of season 12, but I get my opinion, because the BGC producers are messy, allegedly. So I think they honestly thought that she was gonna come in and like jump on Jada, and that didn't happen. But she also came in, I think she served her purpose. She came in and interrupted Asian blues dynamics, so she's caused some drama for the last 2 episodes. But she's a sweet girl. She and Lo definitely jumped at Jada at the reunion, but I mean, they're cousins, so I'm not surprised. You know, family jumps in for family. So, but I don't have too many words to say about her. She was there. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about Lindsay. All I'm going to say is Lindsay made good TV. She served her purpose. She was very memorable for the 2 episodes that she was on, 1.5 honestly. So that. Last we have Delilah. Delilah, let's be honest. Delilah was being very racially insensitive. There were a lot of microaggressions. Calling, like, within 15 minutes of her being in the Bad Girls Club, she called the girls ugly. She said Lo had a effed up weave and she shouldn't have dyed her roots that way. She called people ugly. Like, she was just mean. She was just wrong. And I think because a lot of people disliked Lauren, and Lauren was kind of like I won't say Lauren got like a really bad edit like Key on season 17 or like Jasmine Monet on season 11, but to an extent, if there was a villain for season 12, it was, if not Red, Lauren. And I think that because a lot of fans didn't like Lauren and were like, because Jada was a favorite, so because a lot of fans didn't like Lauren because she was going against the fan fave Jada, I think people were excusing the fact that Delilah was being like, there were a lot of microaggressions. Like, that was racially insensitive, racially charged comments coming out of Delilah's mouth. Now, with that being said, did Delilah deserve to get brutally beaten up within 45 minutes of her being in the house by Britt? No, especially because she didn't fight back. Everybody said that she just like got hit in the face and didn't fight back. And you can clearly tell that something's not right with Delilah. Like, if you pay attention, the episode where they kick her out, she mentions that she's not taking her Xanax. And I'm not a medical professional. I believe Xanax is taken for anxiety. So like, yeah, she was drinking alcohol, she was drinking Red Bulls, she was drinking beer. So like, I just feel like, not saying that like the production company were like hiding her medication, but I just feel like putting somebody who's on prescribed medication for mental health issues in the Bad Girls Club and then not giving them, and they not have access to that is not a good look. With that being said, that does not excuse her behavior, but Delilah served her purpose. She came in, and I mean, I'm not saying that the microaggressions are okay or that they're funny, because microaggressions aren't funny, especially people of color. Myself, I've dealt with them. But the scene is edited very comedically, which is why people laugh at it. So I think season 12, because like I said, season 12 did not have like, with the exception of like the family storylines, season 12, the drama was so petty that it got stale. Like, I think at that point, like, Jada and Lo had already fought 3 times. Red had gone home. Like, nobody was really getting into it. Everybody was kind of like coexisting at this point. So I feel like Delilah came in and she shook things up like she was supposed to, you know? She was the replacement who came in, insulted people, got beat up, was crazy. And she made good TV, you know? Whether what she did was morally correct or not, she made good TV. Jonica and them made some very valid points. And also, like, Britt said, Delilah, if you step 1 more foot towards me, I'm gonna lay you out. Delilah didn't take a step. Britt just beat her up. Britt wanted to fight, and Britt got her fight. And I'm glad that everybody collectively knew, like, Britt, you're going home, you know? I just feel like Britt took all that anger that she had towards Jada and she pushed it into Delilah's face. And that was not a good thing.
Louis Prada Gucci, pop them tags, I know some high class, bougie chicks. Fifth half to a day on some movie. Got them black cards, unlimited.
But that is how I feel about season 12. Season 12 was a very average season. And I will say, I think the life coach, like, I think it was good they added the life coach to Bad Girls Club, but I feel like the life coach, like, it kind of gets undermined by the reunion. Now, I love don't get me wrong, I love Bad Girls Club reunions, but like, I feel like it's kind of counterproductive to like have these therapy sessions all season, talk about not fighting and being more positive and having more confidence, and then after all those months of therapy, you come to the reunion and just fight all over again. And then Laura comes on for like the last 15 minutes, encourages everybody, makes everybody feel good, and then they leave. And it's kind of just like, well, you know, did we really change here? Did any personal progress happen? No. But I mean, it's Bad Girls Club. Are we really expecting a Neon fix my life? Okay. I definitely think the reunion was good. Honestly, the reunion, season 12's reunion was better than the season. Like, honestly, the reunion was really good. It's just, the season was kind of, eh. And I think that's just because there weren't enough strong personalities. Like what did I think of? Like season 7, like Judy. Judy wasn't a fighter, but she stood up for herself, you know? She stood up to Shelly. Stassi and Tierra were strong-minded people. They stood up to Shelly. And it's like with season 12, similar to season 16, you know, Asia stood up for herself sometimes, but like Asia and Slim would just allow Red and Britt and Lo to just talk down on them so terribly, and they really wouldn't stand up for themselves. It was kind of like Kaylee on season 16, where like telling her that just talking best to her, and she just would not stand up for herself after the first night. So, you know, it's just like there weren't strong things, like, you know. But it's a very average season. It's a very middle of the road season. Like, I don't think, like, when people talk about their favorite seasons of Bad Girls Club, I don't think people say season 12. No. That doesn't happen. But that's all I have to say. That's my thoughts on this video, on this season. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification down below so you get notified when I upload videos eventually. Listen, I'm gonna try to be more, you know, I'm not gonna make promises. I'm gonna try to be more, you know, consistent, but I can't make any promises. I drop a video like once every 3 months, and I gotta stop doing that. But that's all I gotta say. So until next time, see ya.
Boy, toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big dope dealing money, he was getting some coins. Wasn't shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace.